Alright, Niv to Light versus Ninja Dave. Ninja Dave, like that name. Alright, what we got here? Wow, that is somehow how this match is going to go. This hand is far more acceptable. I think in this scenario we probably put back the Pulse. So we're edging our bets. I think Pulse goes away because this way we could... Or do we get rid of the expressive iteration? I think we go this way. I think we guarantee land drops. This is more of a turn 3 play for us anyway. So we'll start with... We'll start with our own tap land. This could be a blitz deck. If it's a blitz deck, then we could be facing some issues here. Okay, so we're going to play Fabled, and we'll hold up till the end of the step. Then we'll make the play. The problem is we don't have the means to do... Huh. Oh, is this just big, is it? That'd be cool. I saw a deck of this like on day 1 of Strixhaven where it was Magnum Opus ramp. Or is this just a control deck? Because that would be interesting if it was just control. So we'll just get our red here because we want an expressive iteration. So we're just going to cast this now. If this baits out a counter because he thinks he's trying to stop our land drops, okay, it didn't. So we'll put Hydroid into our hand. We'll put Lawhole on the bottom, and we'll exile the Sunhold Grove because we get to play that. That card is really good. Oh, Psych. Okay, it could be, is it control then? So is he just trying to sit on a control shell? Alright, so we'll play the land and we'll drop a Clothis because this could bring out Censor or it could bring out... Huh. Okay. Yeah, it could just be ramping to a Magnum Opus. Gotta say, the full art lands on these mountains and islands are sick. I also do like the new redesign of the treasure token to look more like a piece of art. Because that was what I was originally confused about with... Okay, Prismari Command. I wonder if he is just like... So... what did he discard? He discarded another Prismari Command and Sulphur Falls. Field of Ruin is fine. One of the things that's great about Field of Ruin in regards to us in this deck is that we actually have... Okay. Well, we might as well float a... What can we float from here? Actually, no, we don't need to float it. We'll float a blue because it'll be funny. And then we will get, so we've got black, green, blue, white, we'll just get a blue. Because I run literally every colour of mana here. And we'll let that go. And we will exile one of his cards. So it could just be a Mizzix deck. We'll play this and go down, then we'll just cast a Niv. If this baits out a counterspell that requires him to cast... Oh, okay. Helix Angrith Rampage, we can take the Quandrix command, we might as well. I'm thinking we'll drop the Fracture, because I'm starting to think that he's probably not running Planeswalkers. Then I think everything else in our deck is going to be primarily about us trying to gain life. Actually, no, we could. Yeah, so what we want to happen is to find an island, because if we find an island, we can give Niv life gain. He could be ramping to the, what's the triple X spell that does 5 times damage? Alright, Dovin's Veto is very solid actually here. So let's get another creative outburst out of his deck. Because if he's also a Mizzix Mastery deck, it could be bad. Problem truly is we just did not draw a lot of blue this game. Alright, he's going for his Magnum Opus now. So we'll just... Yep. Well, that's cool. I'll just Dovin's Veto it. So you spent all your mana to cast a big spell, and it did nothing. Attack you. Then, since his whole deck seems built around it, we'll make him sack a token. I don't think he's going to drop anything particularly major, but as long as we just keep his mana down here. So he's dead next turn, yeah. Alright, so his deck appears to be Prismari Big. Prismari Finale, like go big or go home. Mystical Disputes, definitely. We'll bring in a little more Digo, I think. And we will bring in Fort Caesars. Fracture really didn't do a lot here. Actually, you know what? The Clarion didn't either. Solar Blaze probably didn't. This was shut off their treasure, that's solid. Hydroid we didn't get to cast, so that was more to do with our mana base deciding that we didn't need actual interactive. Probably bring in a Putrefy, I think. If we bring in Putrefy, we'd probably go down. Tristani, I think. We need more lower level interaction here. So yeah, Magnum Opus decks. This is just a Prismari ramp basically into large Magnum Opus crazy decks. It's been a fun strategy to see. It's just each time I've run up against it, I've drawn the... I just feel that it's... Probably its biggest issue right now is because of Mystical Archive. Everyone in their mother is playing a spell-based control-ish deck. Or a Blitz deck. I mean, we have run into some cool attempts at Ponzo and other stuff, but 90% of your matchups right now will just be spell-based decks, so going for like a big spell slinger deck is really dangerous, because you'll either get blitzed out with control, or you just won't. This hand is actually solid, so we keep this, and we'll see what our opponent goes for here. They too kept 7. Maelstrom Pulse isn't actually that good, so we can go with this. Do we want to do a turn 2 expressive? I think we do. We want to do turn 2 expressive. We'll just get rid of a card that we don't want to cast. Wow. Okay, yeah. So doing this was definitely the right call. So we'll put you into our hand. We'll put you on the bottom of the deck, and you into exile to never cast later. Alright, so an expressive iteration there was actually probably the best play we could have made. Alright, so opponent's probably definitely board in counter magic, so let's just run out Clothis and get it countered. There we go. Alright, that's not a counter spell, that's just a slow you down spell. But I suppose it is an answer to Clothis if she gets onto the battlefield. Problem is, she's coming back. And I mean, we'll play the... Let's just keep mining it out, because if he has to keep using his answers on Clophis, I am more than happy for that. So one thing I'm doing here is I'm holding Fabled Passage open, because if he does have another Ether Gust, he wants to be smart about it. He wants to go, in response to you cracking your... Alright, so I'm going to do it now because the shields are down. Alright, and we'll grab a black. So what I was saying was, he wants to hold Ether Gust, if he's got another one in his hand, to respond to me cracking the Fabled Passage, to shuffle Clophis into the deck. Alright, so this time he seems to be going for the Mizzix Iteration deck version. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe the overload is 8. Right, so we've probably got to hold up. Alright, we'll get rid of the Magnum Opus from your graveyard. Torrential Gear Hulk. You may cast an instant card from your graveyard. Alright. Yeah, this will be fun. So, yeah, go for your cast. I will Dovin's veto the thing and then force you to sack the Gear Hulk. Okay, cool. So I'm going to Dovin's veto the Magnum Opus. I'm then going to Angrath's Rampage, make you sack your Gear Hulk. I will then play a tap land because I have no urgency to have more mana up right now. And then I will just continue to exile your spells. You know what, you don't have any cool way to get anything, so we'll just get rid of this. We'll play Expressive Iteration. Negate, that's totally fine. So we will bring Gigantha to hand, play another land. Yep, there's Brainstorm, the soon to be banned card, along with Faithless Looting, I think. I don't think they're too powerful, I just think they just hurt diversity. As I've said before now, if you're running blue, you probably should just run Brainstorm, because I know a lot of people get hooked up on the fact that, oh my god, we don't have, you know, oh my god, we don't have fetch lands, so we've only got Field of Ruins and Fabled Passages to shuffle. But a lot of things people forget about these decks is there are times when literally just having dig 3 deep to find the counterspell to save your life, or the board wipe to kill your opponent, is so good. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Ether Gust here. Doesn't bother me. We'll play the Gigantha to eat another one of his counterspells. No counterspell. Interesting. Alright, so we will drop the Zigguratry Phone here to cover more mana bases. The interesting thing here is, yep, it's fine. So it's not just ramp technically then, judging from the Gear Hulk and the probably Mizzix Mastery they're running. It's kind of a cheat your graveyard deck. Interesting. Alright, we'll take out the big spells because this is clearly what they want to gain value from. We'll drop a land and we'll just have to leave it here. This is going to be the issue, I think, with his deck, is it's got some good spells, but primarily, like, us having... Okay, That's a huge win for us here. We'll get rid of the Prismari command. So 6. This draws us cards anyway. Unless he has a very specific counter spell. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I will draw it and then play it again next turn. And gain more life. Yeah. That was a strange decision. And with that we go up to Platinum level 3. Yeah, we are slowly grinding out. As I said, the issue I'm having now is Historic has become such a slow format with the inclusion of these spell decks that it's pretty much people are experimenting, so the fast-based tribal aggro decks have pretty much fallen out of favour for a bit. But yeah, we'll move into the next match.